Now, there remains a heavy security presence in the Volta regional capital, Ho, and other areas as a group prepares to declare the region independent of Ghana. The Homeland Study Group has for decades sensitized residents of the current Oti and Volta regions to demand independence, saying their current status within Ghana lacks legal basis. Now, JoyNews is learning the group has designed a flag, currency, and a possible anthem once they declare their independence. And we'll show you some of those in just a moment. That appears to be their flag, their crest. If we can zoom out of that, there you go. So that's their crest. It's got a lamb with two lions running rampant on either side of a wooden stool, and there is a symbol of a handshake in the middle. There we go, with the tagline, peace, honesty, and stability. Yeah, there are more images, and we'll share them with you in due course. But how do residents feel about the push for independence?
After 50 years, a lot has happened, and you know, the leaders who think that what we should have as a region, we are not getting it, and then other regions are benefiting more than we. It means we have to fight for our own, and then probably if that is what is stipulated 50 years ago until now, at least we have to fight for our freedom, and then if possibly see how we can go, because other countries are doing with it. Something like Kosovo, when we had Yugoslavia, which has also been split into Czech Republic, Czechoslovakia, Slovakia, and all those countries in Europe, Eastern Europe to be precise. I think it's happening. So when you look at what Papa V. Ubedeko is saying, it means I've also read a lot about it, and it says that yes, Ghana merged as to be part of the Western Togoland, to be precise, merged to be part of Ghana when Ghana was about to attain independence. So I think, despite the fact that we don't have much infrastructure, and this is where we are lacking behind, because since we don't have, we have to see that we can use our resources to get those infrastructures in our home.
Okay. Actually, I don't think it was right for the government to arrest these people because they are exercising their freedom of association or freedom of speech and movement. If the government should have any issue with these people, they should have invited them. After all, it's a registered organization, I should believe. This is an association. So, and these people are fighting for freedom for Volta also. But then I don't believe they can just get up and declare Volta region independence unless they go through the right process. But means it will be an official thing whereby government will be involved in all these things. So arresting these people, I don't believe it's in the right direction, because this is just going to incite people to get up negatively and do other stuff which may begin to create other bad vices in society.
Not other countries, when they demand for independence, they have given them. What did they have? They have farmland, they have river, the fish, and we farm. They have both fishland, water, and farmland to farm. So we think we can raise our own resources. I think our independence is good for us. And those that are taking the vote to jail and other things, they are not doing right.
We should sit down and then think of it very well before we go in for this. So those who were arrested, I think they have to leave them, because these few people cannot say they are going to rule without the knowledge of other people in the region. So that is my piece of advice.
Right, let's pick up the phone and speak to our correspondent in the region, Ivy Setoji. Ivy, why don't you bring us up to speed with the events in the region since yesterday's arrest? We understand the group has planned to declare independence today. Has that been done?
No, actually the group were granted bail. That's 81 persons were granted bail today at the court, the whole court, to come back on the 24th of this month. They have not declared independence. No, they have not. What is happening in the region? The region is very calm, but some residents are of the view that they should just allow these people. The government or the police shouldn't have arrested them. They should just have that dialogue with them, talk with them and then see the way forward instead of arresting them, especially the 85-year-old man who is the leader. For now, everything is calm. The region is very calm, and security is also beefed up.
Generally, the people of the Volta region, do they wish not to be Ghanaians? From those you've spoken to, is that a desire that they share?
Some of them, yes, would love to be independent, but some of them also are of the view that should they be independent, how are they going to start? Are they going to start all over again under a particular country? Is it going to be like it used to be? How are they going to feed? How are they going to, there are some concerns about those who wouldn't want to be independent. But some of them also would love to be independent because, according to them, the two political parties who have ruled Ghana for years have not really done enough for the Volta region. So it would be nice to become independent. So these are some of the views.
Right, that's very interesting. The Volta region has historically voted massively in favor of one party over the other, the NDC. What you're indicating here is that the people of the region are fed up of both parties now, and, well, not all the people, but some of the people you've spoken to.
Some of the people are of the view that Volta region is underdeveloped. The things they need in the region are not there. They want certain things there and not there. And so if government can do that, fine. But if not, those who are for the independence are calling for. But it cannot be immediately. So they are asking government to have a dialogue with these people to see the way forward.
Right. Now, these leaders who have been released on bail, are they still planning to go ahead with the Declaration of Independence? Are there any indications that that ceremony will still take place?
No. For now, nothing of that sort is happening. And none of them has given us any info on that. And for now, according to reports, they want to be quiet for the meantime. So we don't know their plan. We are just hoping that we get their next move. We don't know what is actually going on. But we will follow up on them and then see what next.
Right. Ivy, please keep an eye on that situation for us. We'll be checking with you later. Now, we're going to have a conversation with Bestway Zoto. He's the director of Radio Tong. He has studied the movement. He joins me on the phone, and I guess he is proof that not everybody thinks this is a totally bad idea. Mr. Zoto, good afternoon to you.
Good afternoon, and good afternoon to your listeners.
Right. Now, you have studied the situation, and you don't actually think it's a bad idea for the Volta region to become an independent state. Tell me why.
I'm afraid the issue is not the Volta region. The issue is Western Togoland. Western Togoland is much, much bigger than the Volta region. It is not Volta region that wants independence. It's Western Togoland. The land that was the stolen land, or the stolen nation, if Western Togoland used to be called United Nations Trust Territory.
Yes, go ahead.
And that United Nations Trust Territory in 1946 by United Nations Trusteeship Agreement was given to Britain as a caretaker government to take care of this nation called United Nations Trust Territory. As a result of that agreement, it became known as the British Togoland. That British Togoland became later known as the Trans-Volta Togoland. Now, the assignment given to Britain by the United Nations was to bring this nation up to a status ready for self-governance. The same agreement was made with France with respect to what we call today the Republic of Togo. The two nations used to be one nation called Togoland, Torgoland, Togo. In 1884, when the German representatives came to meet with the King Mapla to sign that agreement, peace and trade agreement with him and his people, in writing that agreement, he made a mistake by writing Togo instead of Togo. The Germans were actually working side by side with the people of Togoland for a period of time. They have developed the land to a status that was enviable to both France and Britain.
Right.
During the First World War, Britain and France, with no provocation, came and attacked our nation, our forefathers' nation, drove away the Germans, divided it into two, giving half to France taking the one that was near East Colony, Dahomey, and Britain taking the one that was near to East Colony, the Gold Coast. In 1919, by an agreement with the League of Nations, first the League of Nations rebuked them for interfering in that nation, but instead of taking the nation away from them and putting it directly under them, they just developed an agreement and gave the nation back to them to manage until they were ready for independence. It was called the League of Nations Mandated Territory. After the Second World War, when Germany was defeated again, the League of Nations morphed into UNO, United Nations Organization. UNO also accepted the League of Nations mandate, but even uplifted it higher to a trusteeship status, which is higher than mandated status. And in 1946, as I said earlier, they prepared that agreement and gave it to each country, each nation to them, to nurture to the point of readiness for independence. The nurturing might take place in the form of developing governance system with the legislature, the judiciary, and the executive in place. The nation was supposed to be governed directly by the King of England, directly from England, not through its colony, the Gold Coast. But Britain failed that agreement and gave the nation to the Gold Coast and actually governed the nation from the Gold Coast as part of the Gold Coast. So he failed to develop the system that was necessary for the nation to become independent, contrary to the United Nations strategic agreement. But they were writing reports to the United Nations as though they were obeying, complying with their agreement. So, at a point in time, when the Gold Coast was ready to get independence, Britain was in a dilemma as to what to do with the nation trusted to her care. Now, Britain had always wanted to occupy our land. They fought so many wars with our ancestors and lost. They were envy. They had their eye on the Keta Lagoon. They had their eye on the Keta oil. They had their eyes on the rich mineral resources of our land, because they did an independent geological study to see the mineral wealth of our land. They did everything to occupy our land. Our ancestors repelled them. So, when this time came for Gold Coast to become independent, Britain wanted to capitalize on that to integrate our nation into a Gold Coast, but people in the land resisted it. United Nations countries resisted it. So they, together with Nkrumah, developed a clandestine plan to on the blind side of the UN that the people would have a plebiscite, which again, that term is to be even derogatory. Because you cannot have people who are on their own land as citizens having a plebiscite. But that's an aside for now. So in that plebiscite, they brought people from another land, another area, territory, which was not even, didn't have a status of a nation. That is the Gold Coast. To come and interfere in a nation. Now this nation of West Togoland and the nation of East Togoland achieved their nationhood status on December 20, 1922 by the League of Nations. United Nations came to recognize the same nationhood status. So these people became nations long before the Gold Coast. Because a colony was never a nation. A colony never achieved, could never be a nation, could never have a nationhood status. So we were higher in governance structure than the Gold Coast. But Britain reduced us to the level of a colony and used bribery and trickery to get our people to vote to back their side, that we wanted to be in union with them. Even the union coalition, it was the voting, even that plebiscite, even though it was not right, was not to integrate us into the Gold Coast, which would become Ghana, but two countries will work together as equal partners in union. And the condition was that if the plebiscite result was yes for a union, then two things should follow. There must be a union agreement between the two nations, and there must be a union constitution that will govern the two nations.
So,
now,
Mr. Zoto,
yes.
So tell me this. It appears that at this point, with all the knowledge that you are sharing, there are two options available to the people of your area. Either to pursue independence as a sovereign state, or to actually go through the proper processes to become a part of Ghana. Can you tell us why you are choosing the path of an independent state rather than the path of formally integrating into Ghana?
There was never, ever an integration to Ghana. That was pushed by Britain at the UN level. It was rejected. When it wanted to use its superpower to impose it, Russia walked away from that meeting.
Mr. Zoto, we are saying...
The final resolution...
Mr. Zoto, we are asking you, why not pursue that now? I get that that never happened in the past. I'm asking, why is that not an option now? Why don't the people of, you call yourselves Western Togoland, why don't the people of Western Togoland integrate into Ghana rather than pursue independence?
Why not Ghana integrate into Western Togoland?
Say that again.
Why not Ghana? Because there were two states, two equal states that must work in union. So if one state is supposed
the state of Western Togoland is yet to be recognized.
Also integrated into state A.
Mr. Zoto, if what you are telling us, forgive me, let me just ask the question. If what you're telling us is true, then Western Togoland has never been recognized as a state. That is what you are pursuing now with this declaration of independence. So if you are not yet a state, how can Ghana rather integrate with you? Shouldn't it be the other way around?
Yes, okay, thank you very much. Yes, you know what? When before two nations, it takes two nations to work in union, not a nation and a colony. So first, the strategic agreement must be cancelled, and the moment it was cancelled, Western Togoland or British Togoland became an independent state at that instant. Now, Gold Coast must also become a country to be able to work in union with Western Togoland. So when Gold Coast became a country in 1967, March 6th, as we all know, that was when the union was supposed to have started. And indeed, the British Minister of State for the United Kingdom Governor, Alan Noble, sent this telegram to the United Nations Secretary General on the 6th of March 1967. He says, in accordance with operative paragraph 3 of the General Assembly Resolution 1044 XI, that is 11, of 13th December 1956, I have the honor to inform Your Excellency on behalf of Her Majesty's government in the United Kingdom that with effect from midnight 5th March 1957, under the terms of Ghana Independence Act, territories previously comprised in the Gold Coast, territories previously comprised in the Gold Coast became the independent state of Ghana. Remember, it did not mention West Togoland. Territories previously comprised in the Gold Coast were the Northern Territories, the Ashanti Confederacy, Fante Confederacy, all the way down to Accra and the Eastern region. Remember, it did not include West Togoland. Then, the second sentence, under the same act, but remember that the Ghana Independence Act is what he's quoting. The Ghana Independence Act stated that Gold Coast or Ghana and West Togoland would work in union. So that's the union he's referring to. The same union was referred to by the United Nations in the Resolution 1044 XI of 13th December 1956, not integration. When they were doing the Ghana Independence Act, it was union they had in mind, so they put union there. That union is what Alan Noble was quoting to the United Nations Secretary General on March 6, 1967, not integration. So under the same act, the union of the former trust territory of Togoland and the British administration, which we are calling today West Togoland, with the independent state of Ghana took place the same time and date. The union took place, not integration, with the same time and date. The question is, where is the union agreement? Because two countries could not work in union if there's no agreement. Second, two countries could not work in union if there was no union bylaw or union constitution. So where is the union agreement, Alan Noble, that used to confuse or receive the United Nations that the two countries were now in union as of March 6, 1967? When we wrote to the UN, they said there was no such thing as a union agreement or union constitution with them. We wrote to the Ghana government, Attorney General. They confirmed what the UN said. We wrote to Britain. Britain just dodged the question and said they have actually accomplished what the UN ordered them to do, which was a lie.
Right.
In other words, I am saying that two equal states were supposed to work in union, govern each other with a union constitution. There's no union constitution and there's no union agreement, and therefore there's no formal relationship between West Togoland and Ghana. Therefore, West Togoland is not a part of Ghana.
So to clarify, Mr. Zoto,
accused of seceding from Ghana.
So Mr. Zoto, to clarify, you are seeking to declare yourselves an independent state so that you can then enter a union with Ghana?
Actually, we are seeking to remain what we should have remained without the British conniving with the publicized on us. A country on its own. A country on its own. We're supposed to be independent first before French Togoland.
So you are not pursuing a union with Ghana? Forgive me, Mr. Zoto, because of time, I'll have to focus you. So you are not pursuing a union with Ghana, am I correct?
No.
All right. I want to thank you. I want to thank you for your time. It's clear we need to learn a bit more from you. We need to speak a bit more to you in the coming days. Until then, though, we thank you very much for your time. Mr. Bestwe Zoto is a man who agrees with the concept of separating what they describe as the Western Togoland from the rest of Ghana.